Welcome back to Shivering Hours. If you thought Amanda's story was over, think again. She should have ignored the call. She should have turned back. But now, she's in too deep. The farmhouse is waiting. The voices are calling. And this time, there's no escape. This is part 2 of The Silent Caller. Keep your lights on. You're going to need them.
As Amanda stepped closer to the house, the air grew heavier, as if it itself was trying to push her back. The whispering grew louder until it was no longer just one voice but many, thousands of voices, all murmuring in a language she couldn't understand. It felt as though the very walls of Hollow Creek were alive, listening, waiting. She clenched her fists, trying to shake the terror creeping through her. But deep down, Amanda knew she couldn't turn away. Not now, not when she had already come this far. The door creaked open before she even touched it. With a deep breath, she stepped inside, the oppressive silence swallowing her whole. Every step felt heavier, as if the house itself was pulling her deeper into its grasp. As she ascended the stairs again, the whispering returned. This time, it was clear, unmistakable.
You shouldn't have come back,
the voice hissed. It wasn't just one woman now, it was a chorus of voices, overlapping, all warning her, all begging her to leave. But Amanda continued, determined to uncover the truth. She had to. There was no other option. At the top of the stairs, the door to the room where she had encountered the woman earlier stood wide open, inviting her in. She stepped inside, and this time, there was no woman waiting. The room was empty, but something was different. The shadows seemed to pulse, like they were alive. Then, the air grew cold, and Amanda's breath misted in front of her. The temperature dropped so suddenly she shivered involuntarily. She turned, and there, standing in the corner of the room, was the woman. The same pale, twisted figure the attic had haunted her moments before. Only now, her smile had spread impossibly wide, her eyes vacant, and her presence filled the room, oppressive and suffocating. Amanda didn't speak. She couldn't. Her heart hammered in her chest as she watched the figure's movements.
Why?
Amanda finally managed to whisper.
What do you want from me?
The woman tilted her head, a slow, deliberate motion. She didn't speak for a long time, just stared at Amanda, her twisted grin never faltering. Then, finally, the woman spoke in a voice that sent chills through Amanda's entire being.
You were always meant to come here. Always meant to answer the call. It was never about helping me, Amanda. It was about taking you.
Before Amanda could react, the woman reached out, her long, icy fingers grazing Amanda's arm. In an instant, Amanda felt herself being pulled, a sharp tug that felt like her very soul was being ripped from her body. She screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the thick silence. Suddenly, everything went dark. When Amanda opened her eyes again, she was outside, no longer standing in the doorway of the farmhouse, but in the middle of a desolate street, the town of Hollow Creek behind her. But it wasn't the same place. The buildings were decaying, the streets empty, covered in a thick, oppressive fog. There was no movement, no life. Everything was dead. The houses around her were eerily quiet, their windows like dark, hollow eyes watching her every move. She stumbled forward, her heart racing, her head pounding. Where was she? What had happened? Had she escaped? But then, the realization hit her. The town wasn't abandoned. It was alive with something else, something darker. She turned around and saw it. Behind her, standing in the middle of the street, was the woman. Her twisted grin stretched even wider as she raised her arms toward Amanda.
You can never leave, Amanda,
the woman called out, her voice echoing through the fog.
You've always been part of this place.
Amanda froze, terror gripping her chest. She tried to run, but her feet felt glued to the ground, as if the town itself had a hold on her. Every step she tried to take was met with resistance. The very air was thick, suffocating, like it was trying to keep her in place. And then the truth dawned on her. She had never really left Hollow Creek. She had never truly escaped the farmhouse. Everything, the phone call, the whispers, the visions, had been a trap she had willingly walked into, a trap that had no escape. There was no way out, no going back. And as the woman's figure moved closer, her smile stretching unnaturally wide, Amanda realized the horrifying truth. She wasn't just trapped in Hollow Creek, she was part of it, forever. The woman's laughter echoed, a chilling sound that filled the air, as Amanda felt herself slipping away, becoming part of the darkness. The town of Hollow Creek claimed another soul that day, just as it had done to so many before. And as the mist rolled in, swallowing the street, the farmhouse, and the last remnants of Amanda's struggle, the cycle began again. And somewhere, far off, the phone rang once more, waiting for the next call to answer.
And that wraps up another chilling tale from the shadows. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then don't forget to give this video a like. It helps keep the horror alive. And if you're ready for more spine-tingling stories, mysteries, and eerie adventures, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss the next frightful journey into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, the shadows are always watching. See you in the next episode of Shivering Hour.